right, we are live. Boom, 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 boom. You said live.
Live, sir.
Right.
So you saw that chicken outside?
Yeah.
Go after my neighbors. That's it. That's the neighbors. That's theirs.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sitting out there.
Yeah, it's tied up over there.
Oh, it's tied up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that.
Before. All right. Straight into it. Let me see what I'm gonna understand.
What's wrong, sir?
All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and clap it up. Right. Shalom Yasharallah. Shalom Israel in English. Yasharallah in the Hebrew. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana, and Priest and Officer 5000 Kasar Pakat. This is the Thursday night scripture breakdown for ISUPK, Northern California, ISUPK, Bay Area, Sacramento. If you are in the area, come to 2213 McDonald Avenue, Richmond, California. Yeah, we could turn that. Yeah. So, all right. So if you have any questions online or in the room, let's go ahead and get them now. All right. Let's see. All right. Tonight's topic is we are not equal. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are not equal to any of these other races on earth. We have been separated from all people on earth. And in any given way, shape, or form, any way you want to do it, any way you want to look at it, we are different. They talk about Black people, Latino people are not good at mathematics. You ever heard that up? Right? They say that we're not good at science, correct? Right, but who's teaching it to us? Our oppressors, other nations, other heathens. When they teach it to us, we have a separate way of learning. We have a separate way of thinking. We have a separate way of looking at information. And so they're getting this result from our people, but it's because we are separate from them. We don't learn the same way they do. So they think there's something wrong with us, but really it's something wrong with them. Right. And I was that Dave Chappelle skit when they were talking about the guy was a Black KKK member. He was like, man, you shouldn't like Will and Grace. Will and Grace was a TV show about a LGBT member and a whole bunch of LGBT activities on the show. He was like, man, ain't nothing wrong with you not liking Will and Grace, there's something wrong with Will. Like something wrong with him. There ain't nothing wrong with you for not liking him. There's something wrong for him for being that way. There's nothing wrong with us and us not knowing science or math or any of these things. There's something wrong with the people that are teaching us. Because in every way we're separate. We're separate in our fitness and running and track and field and football, basketball, music, you name it, we are separate. The only thing we don't want to be separate at is our God. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's key right there. So what's interesting about that? We know that we're different in everything we do, right? Because we say it all the time. Like, nobody can cook like us, nobody can dance like us. We'd be proud to be the fastest runners, the fastest jumpers. You know what I mean? Like, we're proud to say that about Black people. But we will not separate our God from other people, even though we're so different. And the cold part about it is, you know what? Is that the Lord is the one that made us special and all those other things. So it's like it's his decision. It's clear, but we don't want to accept it. And that's because of years and years of oppression. All right, let's go ahead. Deuteronomy 7:6.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tua. Shalom, y'all. Shima Shai Thug. Priest and Officer Uraga Bar checking in.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
All right, one more time.
The Lord thy God.
From the top.
Uh-huh. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are a holy people. We know what the word holy means. What does the word holy mean in Hebrew?
Sir.
Go ahead.
You mean set apart?
Right. What's another? What is the actual word in Hebrew? Do you know?
Sir.
It's Kodash. Kodash means to be separate, right? Holy, set apart. Why is it saying that? In the Christian church, they teach it more of like it's a feeling. You know, I feel holy. I'm righteous. I got the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, and all this. I'm sanctified. When you look at it in a more logical manner, in a practical manner, it's that this chair is for everybody. These chairs are here for everybody. This chair is separate from everybody's chair. This podium up here is separate. Only priests are supposed to be on the podium. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is separate. It's holy. It's just pretty much that simple. It's like you go to the club, everybody's in the common area, then they got the VIP area. It's separate. It's segregated. It's special. It's different. That's what the word holy means. So read it again one more time.
Mm-hmm. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people,
right,
unto the Lord thy God.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people,
right,
unto himself,
right,
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. So he has a hierarchy. This is another thing we went over last week. It's a hierarchy when it comes to the family. It's a hierarchy when it comes to the brothers in the truth. It's a hierarchy when it comes to business. It's a hierarchy when it comes to the animal kingdom. Everywhere you're going to see there's some people that are subordinate and there's some people that are giving out the orders. So how is the world going to be organized unless there are people that are in charge of running this world? The same world that we're living in right now is ran by people that are in charge of it. It's a select group. They're separate. You can't get into that group because you're Black, because you're Latino, because you're Native American. So all this talk about niggas joining the Illuminati and all that, they're not accepting these people. You may be affiliated with them. You might do some side work with them, but they're not letting them really in that circle because you're not bloodline related to them. You are a nigga. So in essence, This is the thing. They're lying to us, telling us we should all be equal. We should all hold hands and come together. But the reality of the world is that the people that run the world have separated themselves from everybody else, and they don't let anyone else that's not of them run the world. And so what we have to wake up and understand is that it's either going to be us or it's going to be them. The Chinese have already accepted it. They've said that in the mirror. It's either going to be us or it's going to be them. The Africans have said it as well. It's going to be us or it's going to be them. You understand? Like the East Indians said the same thing. It's going to be us or it's going to be them. Everyone is having this meeting with themselves and their people that either we're going to run the world and we're going to put our people on and we're going to separate ourselves from the Africans and we're going to separate ourselves from the Asians and we're going to separate ourselves from the Edomites and East Indians are going to run the world and we're going to be in charge, or we're going to be underneath these other people and they're going to be in charge. Right? And that's the only way it can be. We're the ones that don't want to accept it, right? But the Lord has said it this way and wants us to be this way. And so he gave us everything we need to actually be in charge. The only thing we need to do is find our way. Is there anything else on that verse?
Sir.
All right. Read it one more time. This is a very important verse. Read it slow too, Baba Bashar.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 6.
Right.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Right. Unto the Lord. That's important too. Like we've been given unto him. We don't have a choice. Like that's another thing we don't want to accept. Like you don't have a choice to follow these rules or not. Your forefathers already came into a covenant with the Lord, and there's no way out of the cycle. It's the real life get down or lay down. You're either gonna get down with what the Lord is saying, or you're gonna have to lay down to the rules and regulations and the punishments that come for your disobedience.
Right.
You have to. You are set apart and been given unto the Lord. Keep going.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
Right. You didn't choose him. He chose you. You don't have a choice. This is how your kid's gonna come at you when they grow up. If that's what you believe. I don't want to believe that. Why I gotta follow what you did? I'm my own person. No, you're not. The Lord has purchased you with a price. This is what you're here for. This is the reason why you're here. It's to obey him. Keep going.
To be a special people,
right,
unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, what's wrong with that, though? Like, it'd be one thing if you was chosen to be at the bottom, if you was chosen to have, nothing. But the only reason why we're living in this condition is because we're not accepting our destiny and wanting to be who we're supposed to be. Keep going.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you,
right,
because ye were more in number than any people.
Right, that's carnal. That's how Esau looks at things. It's a numbers game. Who got the most numbers? Who got the most money? Who's got the most weapons? Who's got the most this? Who's got the most that? Land purchase, businesses. These are all the things that make you valuable in Esau's world. In the Lord's world, it's not so. He chose us because we were the least, and that makes him more powerful. It makes him more, it shows his greatness even more. If you could take somebody off the bench and turn them into a champion versus somebody that was an all-star into a champion, which looks better?
The latter, sir.
Right. You taking somebody that was off the bench, the former. If you take the latter would be the champion. Yeah. If you take somebody off the bench and turn them into a champion, that shows how you are as being a coach. If you take somebody that's already all-star, that just shows, they were good already, right? That's the Lord. He's like, man, I'm going to take these cats off the bench. You know what I mean? Exactly. I'm going to put Kawhi Leonard, the cat you never heard, didn't get drafted high. I'm going to take this other kid, what's his name? From Ginobili, out of nowhere, from middle of Argentina or Brazil, wherever the hell he's from. You know what I mean? Like, he was able to take Tim Duncan, the calm dude that's not loud, boisterous, flamboyant, not doing super dunks like Shaq, and get 5 rings. I think Duncan got more than Shaq, huh? If I'm not mistaken, Shaq got 4 rings. Tim Duncan got 5. You know what I mean? On the low.
Right.
and did it quietly, humbly, and that shows the coaching of power. That's us. That's what the Lord is. He wants to take us, the humble, the cats that, you know, pick up the trash. I don't know when the last time I seen an Edomite trash man. When the last time you seen one?
I've never seen one.
Exactly. You understand? This is gonna be the next mayor. It's so funny. Like I'm gonna leave it alone. I was talking to a brother. He was from Venezuela. He was saying how the government down there has got all messed up. And he was like, man, they're finding loyalty to their leader, and you putting these people in power, and they're not putting people in power that are actually real leaders. He was like, the president right now, I think he said he used to be a trash man or something like that. It had me laughing. But it's like, that's the Lord. He's gonna put people that you would never think should be in charge that'll be in charge, right? But read that verse. Was that verse 7? Right from the top.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord did not set his love upon you,
Right.
nor choose you because ye were more in number than any people.
Right.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
Right.
Verse 8. But because the Lord loved you,
There it goes right there.
and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand,
right,
and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen.
Right. Out of the house of slavery, out of the house of captivity. This book is about freeing a nation of people out of slavery, and nobody's been in slavery more than Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
The proof is in the pudding. Like when these people over there in Israel try to now to claim our heritage, you don't act like slaves. Like we act like slaves. You go into our communities and see how we are, how we treat each other. Why do you think we killing each other like this? Like, that's why I can't hear none of that nonsense about the so-called Latinos not being Israelites.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, how can you say that? They are in the prisons just like we're in the prisons. They can't find their way into Harvard the same way we can't find our way into Harvard. They can't stop gangbanging like we can't stop gangbanging. Like, they have single parent households the same way we do. They have drug addiction and drug dealing in their communities the same exact way. There is no other nation on earth that exhibits this type of behavior like this. It's not normal. You know what I mean? These other nations don't operate like that. They might have drug dealing in East India a little bit. They might have some of this over there like that, but they don't have it like how we do. Right. They don't hate each other like we hate each other because they were not enslaved like we were enslaved, right? Anything else on that?
Wow, sir.
All right, let's go to the next precept.
Come. The next one is, I believe,
Second Ezra,
chapter 6, verse 54.
Yeah.
Chapter 6, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
Come.
Go ahead, you got it.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54.
Mm-hmm.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Let's go up a little bit. Go to verse 53.
Come. Verse 53. Upon the 6th day thou gavest commandment unto the earth,
right,
that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And verse 54.
Right.
And after these, Adam also.
Right. So the Lord raised up Adam. He put the breath of life into Adam. What is the breath of life?
Sir.
What?
It's the knowledge of the law.
There you go. All right. This is what he did to separate us from the other men that were created. He made Adam have the breath of life, which made him higher than the other animals, higher than the other men that was on earth, because he had the knowledge to carry himself with dignity and honor, right? And so this is who he created. He go.
Come. whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Right.
Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right. So that comma, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Like when you're reading that at camp, you want to pause at that comma and give it that separation. That comma is very important. And the people, like we've all come from Adam. The Africans, the Asians, the East Indians, we all come from Adam. And the people whom thou hast chosen, right? The Israelites. Keep going.
Come. Verse 55.
Mm-hmm.
All this have I spoken before thee,
Right.
O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Right. So the Lord made the world for our sakes. Like the example I like to use is, let's think about it like this. Are there more lions or are there more gazelles?
More gazelles.
Right? Why is that?
I'm not sure.
Think about it. The answer's right there. It's very simple. It's common. What are lions called?
Predators.
Right. And what are the gazelles called?
Prey.
Right. So why are there more gazelles than there are lions?
So that the predators can prey on them.
Exactly. Because if there were less gazelles, then who's going to die?
The lions would, sir.
Right. Because they depend on them to eat. The gazelles don't depend on the lions to eat. They eat the grass. So if there's less gazelles, the gazelles are going to survive regardless of the lion. The lion's not going to survive without them. The gazelles were made for the lions to eat. You see what I'm saying? The same way the grass was made for them to eat, the gazelles were literally made in more number. There's more of them so that they can eat off of them. So the world was made for our sakes. If we were the highest number, what did they say in Deuteronomy? Because we were the least of the nations. If we were the highest of the nations, how would that work for them to be slaves for us? You see what I mean? Doesn't make sense. We couldn't have somebody that's going to watch your kids and wash the clothes and clean the car and do the groceries or field work. You know what I mean? Like to have slaves, it was always more. That's how they were on the plantations. They wanted to keep the numbers. It's 200, 300 slaves on the plantation. There's only 10 Edomites. Because that's how you live better. You have more of them, your life gets more comfortable to doing all this work for you. Right. So the Lord made these people for our sakes. It's all these different nations. We're the least of the world so that we can have a more comfortable kingdom of heaven. That's how easier it's going to be because we got so many people. It's like, okay, you can get a massage with one person, but if you got one person here on this arm, one person on this blade, that, like, how much greater would that be? Somebody rubbing your back, like, that's a whole different massage than that with one person. That's a whole different life. If you got the Hamites, you over here doing this, and you got the Asians, you over handling this business, and you got the Edomites over here, y'all do that work, and the Edomites, y'all handle this. Our life and our level of what's that called? Standard of living is going to go up higher. We'll get this whole world into order and subjection. Right. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. Verse 55. Verse 56.
Right.
As for the other people,
right,
which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
Nothing.
Right. They just peons, they're pawns, they're the lowest. It's nothing. This is what it is. It's here. You're cannon fodder. That's what you're here for. You're here to serve us. And anything outside of that is like, what is your purpose? You have no purpose. It's nothing. Keep going.
They are, thou hast said that they are nothing,
right,
but be like unto spittle, and hath likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Right,
it's like spittle, the little spit that comes out of your mouth. No one is caring about that. You have a conversation, you ever actually spit when you're in the middle of talking, oh, my bad. Nobody's like, oh man, go save that, bring that here. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, ugh. get out the way, dodge. You know what I mean? That's nothing. That's who they are. It's descriptive language, like a drop of a bucket out of a bucket. You know what I mean? Just nothing. That's what these people are. And this sounds so evil to someone's Christian, like bless your little Christian heart. This sounds so evil and so wrong, but it's the same way. Like, have you ever watched an animal show on Discovery Channel and the announcer, whoever's narrating it, tries to humanize what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like the snake come and kills the small mouse and they make the snake sound like an evil character.
Right.
Like, he's not evil because he's doing what he's made to do. He's not a bad, like it's called anthropomorphize, I believe the word. Like, you're putting human concept and morals on this snake and on this lion and on this hyena. And you're telling the story like this is the bad guy in the story because you care about this little koala bear. It's not reality. It's just what it is. It's how it's the balance of life. It's how everything works in nature. It's how it's supposed to be.
Right. For
us to be in charge and to run, someone's going to be in charge. And you know what's always evil is like when we say this is for us, this is why the oppressor, the devil, the Bible speaks of. Because when we say these things out openly and tell the truth for what it is, they say we're wrong openly, but hidden, they live this.
Right.
You understand? I'm going to say it one more time. Like, we go on the streets and say black people should be above all people. And who comes up and says we're wrong? Black people that have been brainwashed by Edomites. Edomites say that we're wrong for believing that. But when the Edomites go home, they actually live what we're saying.
Right.
They actually help their family first. They actually keep all the money to their community. They actually try to kill and oppress us right here every day in America and all over the world. But we talk about it and we're seen as evil. So they make the Lord seem like an evil person. But in reality, this is their whole game plan.
Right.
This is the reality that we live in. This is why we're at the bottom, because they're implementing this. And that's the same thing about those fake Jews in Israel right now. They actually stick to this. They believe they're the people of the book, and they actually live in it. They don't want to have marriages with everyone else. They don't want to share their money with everyone else. They don't tax each other. They don't put usury on themselves when they give out loans, but they charge the hell out of our people. Right. Because they look at us as separate and different. So why don't we pick this up and use it the right way? Because we got everything else. They steal our music to make themselves rich amongst their community. We don't need them to make the music. The only thing we're missing is just loving each other. All right. But let's keep going. Verse 57.
So come.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 57.
Right.
And now, O Lord,
right.
Behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing, reputed as nothing, right, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Man, this is a very heavy. This is I love this precept, man. Like, now he's asking the Lord, how is it that these people that you said are nothing, how are they ruling over us? Like, how? I think they used to. I didn't even watch them movies, but remember the names. Like, it's something called like Revenge of the Nerds, or there was a movie called 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, whatever. And when he was in high school, the school was a certain way. The jocks were in charge. The people that were bullies were popular. The girls that wore all the makeup, everything, the superficial people ran the school. When they went back to high school, they were older. The people that were running the school now were the nerds and the geeks and everything that was cool before. And you remember that movie? You know what I mean? Like, they used to be like one strap. We used to wear the backpack on one strap. That was cool. They came back. Everyone was two strapping. Like, if you ain't got on both of the backpack straps on, you're not cool. If you're not worrying about the environment, if you're not worrying about, computers or games, and just all the stuff that was not cool before became cool. And the cool dude mind couldn't wrap this. He couldn't understand it.
Right.
Like, how is this that? And it's the same way. Like, you go to an elementary school, and the coolest kid on the yard is a little brother. You know what I'm saying? The one that can jump, he fly, he dress cool every day. You know, he got all this stuff. He's taking people's lunches, whatever he need to do. You know, he's running it. Then you get 20 years later, and officer so-and-so is telling him to get out of the car and get on the ground.
Right.
The same guy he was bullying and taking his lunch from, now he's the one taking you to jail for the next 20 years. Like, how's he the one running the world? These guys that all they did was play Pokemon all day. Now they run Google. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how is this the case? It doesn't make sense that these people are in charge of the earth. Read it again.
Verse 57.
Right.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed.
Yeah, reputed. Yeah. And
Which have ever been reputed as nothing.
Right.
Have begun to be lords over us.
Right. And when you get to words like that too, you know, this is another thing I learned too with reading anything. You know, reading comprehension is very important. I always talk about that in school. And when I read the Bible, even if I halfway think I know something, or if I don't recognize a word, you look it up immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important. Like, what does reputed mean?
It means the reputation of what they're known for.
Okay. That's part of it. It says generally believed to exist or be something specified, but not definitely the case. Or else he says widely known and well thought, or well thought, respected, highly regarded. What does reputed mean? It means she is reputed to be 25 years younger than her husband. So reputation is similar to the word like reputation. So having a good repute or reputable, that's it. The brothers in LA, they call somebody that's a factor in their neighborhoods a reputable. So yeah, I never looked it up, and I really didn't know. So read it one more time for context. Yep.
Verse 57. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 57. And now, O Lord.
It hits a lot harder when you put it in that context. Yeah, now, yeah, okay.
Behold, these heathen
right.
which have ever been reputed as nothing.
Right, they had the reputation for being nothing, for being losers, for being the ones that couldn't get the girls, for being the ones that couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. You know what I mean? Like, these are the ones that was getting bullied. They got nuclear bombs now. They got helicopters. They go on the islands. They are living at the top of the world. They got all the women, even though they're whores. You see what I'm saying? They're buying these beautiful black women and Latino women. They're really not with them, but they have them. They're following them. The women flying to Dubai to go be with them instead of being with the brother that's in the hood. They talk down on him because he went to prison or because he doesn't have any money. They look down on him. They're following Edomites because he got the bag. He's going to buy them a purse. The only, why does he have these women with him? Because we disobey the Lord. Like, these people are in charge. They have a reputation of being nothing, right? How is this even happening, right? Have begun
to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right. Nobody can beat Mike Tyson. Nobody can beat Mike Tyson. Like, nobody could. In his heyday, in his prime, nobody was coming up to him and knocking him out. You know who was able to defeat him? The police. They was able to put him in jail. How is that? These people are organized. They're stronger in their numbers and their knowledge and how they can put you in subjection to them. It's how we end up in slavery. It never like being a kid, it never made sense to me. Like, damn, how would you get Warren Sapp? How would you get somebody like LeBron James? How would you get a Mike Tyson or a Muhammad Ali to work on your field. Like, we are black men. How did they defeat us? They use something else. It doesn't make sense that these people that are weaker than us can be stronger than us in such a way that they completely destroyed us. It never made sense. But now when you read the Bible, it makes sense. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. Verse 58. Mm-hmm. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, mm-hmm. thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
Right, this is the type of thing that you always felt growing up. Like, we are the best at everything, but somehow we're at the bottom of everything, and they're always killing us. They're always doing these things to oppress us. How is it that we stay? It's the opposite. And what is the reason why? And how long will this last? The reason why is that being good is not good enough. Being the best basketball player doesn't make you important. Being able to jump high doesn't make you important. Being able to get women doesn't make you important. Being able to dress good doesn't make you important. Being able to cook well and dance well. Like, we put so much pride in things that are really not valuable unless we're righteous. That's the real value.
Right.
Now everything in order. Now all those things that were like, they're just icings on the cake, take us to the next level. Like, okay, yeah, you can dance good, but are you righteous? Okay, you righteous and you can dance good. Now you can do some more with that. Right. Like, you can cook good, okay, but are you righteous? Now you're righteous and you can cook good. There's nobody messing with your business. There's nobody messing with your basketball league, because you as a people are together and you're the best at what you do, right? And so that's why this thing is going to keep going on until we come back to our culture and these laws, all right? Let's drop that. Let's keep going.
It's going to be Psalm 147, chapter 19 and verse, chapter 147, verse 19 and verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
Psalms. As
a matter of fact, before you get that one, let me get this one in Job, I think. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think it's Job 30. Oh, let me see if it comes up. Job 30 and 1. Like, talking about how these people are nothing. These are the same people. Like, and of all people, like the fake Jew, the small hats.
30, 31?
Yeah. 30 and 1.
Oh, 30.
Like the small hats are. You know what I mean when I say small hats. You know what I'm talking about, right? Them, they bullied Mike Tyson. They bully him. They steal his money. They tell him what to do. These guys. The people that, you know what I mean? Like, who should be bullying? Who should be? You sit down. You go pick that up. They talk to him like that. We don't see it on TV. That's what they were telling you with Eazy-E and the whole NWA. That's so strong, no Vaseline. Like, you see Eazy-E coming in, Compton, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. Behind closed doors, it's a white man yelling at them, telling them, you better shut up, you little ignorant. I took you out of the ghetto. I'll send your black ass back. Right. This nigga slapping niggas on the hood and like, nigga, on the hood, nigga, on my mama, nigga, you gonna do what this nigga that come in and niggas get scared and start shivering and shaking when he come in the room. Nigga, a white man walk in the room and he starts shivering and shaking. Right. You see what I'm saying? He start holding his head down. He let that white man slap him. You see what I mean? That's what was really going on. That's what happens to our people. You can be all of that in the hood. Nigga, bench pressing 400, 500 pounds. When the police come, them niggas run. That same cat, that Debo, that was taking Craig and them money, pulling up on a bike, everybody sweating, tucking their chain. Debo wasn't going to do that when the police pull up. He is going to be the punk now. Police going to take him to jail and strip him naked and tell him to call. It doesn't make sense that Mike Tyson is getting bullied by somebody. But it does make sense if you know this Bible and you know that our power comes from the Lord. Like we say God, but God in the Hebrew means power, our strength, our energy. It's the same thing. You got lights on, you got energy. You ain't got no power. You don't have no energy. We don't have any power as a nation of people because our God is weak. Our God is effeminate. Our God is our oppressor. See how that works? The person you should be going to for strength and power and energy is the one that's oppressing you and making you weaker and using up your energy. So that's how we get into these situations over and over and over again. This is how it's supposed to be. Go ahead and read, Joel.
This book of Job, chapter 30, in verse 1. But now, they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Right.
Those fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Right. Their fathers, the people that have me in derision. What does the word derision mean? You know, you got the good vocabulary though. What does derision mean?
Sloppy confusion. Chaos.
Not quite. It says contemptuous ridicule or mockery, jeering, like sneers, like making fun of the people that you would laugh at. So read it again.
Verse 30, chapter 30, verse 30.
Job chapter 30, verse 1.
I think 30, 31 from the color scriptures.
No sweat, no sweat. All right.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 1. But now that they are younger than but now they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Right.
Whose fathers I would have disdained.
They're laughing at us. We're the joke of the world. We're the clowns. Like, you ever notice that on TV? It's subtle. They might do it a little bit less because niggas is getting hit. We waking up a little bit. But back in the 90s, if you were like honestly, on every day-to-day basis, you go to a job and you act like an Edomite, what does that do for you in life? Let me know. If you were to talk with perfect English and hello, how are you doing today? What is that going to do for you in this society?
Sir, it just makes me more comfortable.
Okay, but what is it going to do? What is it going to do for you?
Oh, nothing, sir.
No. If you went to work and you was like, yo, what's happening? You feel me? What's going on? You feel me? I'm up here. I'm at the job, about to get it in. What's that going to do for you?
Oh.
You in business. You in a Fortune 500 company. Okay. So if you come in, hey, how you doing, boss? How you doing, sir? Code switching, how people do, right? They talk a certain way at work, right? What is that going to do for you?
That makes you get further.
Exactly. Exactly. Right? So that's showing who's dominating. If you act like them, you're going to come up in society the more you pattern yourself after them. Right? Now, if they act like you, it's a joke. Have you ever noticed that? When white boys, they do the whole little dance, they grab it. Who are they doing? Where are they getting that from? Niggas used to do that. That was breakdancing. They used to do all these little moves. When a white boy starts talking hip hop and saying, yo, it's got enough flavor, mad flavor, son. It's a joke in the movie. I mean, I'm not making this up. Have you ever noticed that before? Like, next time you see it, go look. When an Edomite acts like black people, allegedly, it's funny. It doesn't advance anyone. It doesn't make them superior or move up in society. When an Edomite acts like a nigga, it's funny. So what does that say about us? As a joke. Exactly. Read the verse again.
Book of Job, chapter 30, and verse 1. But now They that are younger than I
Right.
have me in derision.
We're in derision. We're a joke to them. Our culture, our way of life, the way we talk is funny to them. It's not serious. It's not something you should look up to. If you act like a rapper or somebody from the hood or ghetto and you're white, it's a joke. If we act like them, you might get a job. You might move out of the ghetto. You might help your family. It's because they want to put us at the bottom, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's not so. It's not what the Lord wanted. Keep going. These people that were at the bottom are laughing at us now. Keep going.
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have fed with the dogs of my flock.
Damn. That one, if you can break that one down, what does that mean?
Salagi, sir, talking, saying that he has no respect for their fathers. He wouldn't even trust them to work with the dogs
Right?
in his field.
Yeah. Okay. What does that mean now? Bring it on home to like context of what we're talking about now.
Salagi, sir, that these people who are less than dogs are above us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like I wouldn't, your fathers, the people that you look up to, I wouldn't have let them watch my pit bull. I wouldn't trust you to watch my dog. But now you're running the world. That's a horrible place to be. That's hell.
Right.
You understand? Like, and then now give me homeborn slave. What's that? Isaiah? Is that Isaiah 1 and 13? Where is that at? Like that goes hand in hand with this precept. Like you have to look at life from somebody being super rich to being super poor.
Jeremiah 2:14.
That's where it's at. Okay. Give me that one.
I don't come.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse 14.
Right.
Is Israel a servant?
Right.
Is he a home? Oh, it's my kid.
Mhm.
Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Right. Like this question right here, one more time from the top.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14.
Right.
Is Israel a
It
servant?
says a king.
Is he a homeborn slave?
No, read, stick on servant. Israel, what?
Is Israel a servant?
Is he a king? A servant. Now read a servant.
A servant.
All right, yeah, we ain't been in the camp in a minute. Is Israel, read it again from the top. We're going to stay on servant.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter
Right.
2, verse 14.
Right.
Is Israel a servant?
Is he the president?
A servant?
Is he the king?
A servant?
Is he the ruler?
A servant?
A businessman?
A servant?
A landowner?
A servant?
Is Israel a servant? It's a question. Like, you know the famous family, rich family. You can go from the Rockefellers, you can go to the Rothschilds. Let's not even better. The Queen of England. That's a perfect royal family, right? Or even better. I mean, you can do both. I like the Queen of England because I like to see that. But the movie Coming to America. You seen that movie out? Yeah, that's perfect. Brothers can understand that. That feeling when the father came to America and seen his son working at goddamn McDonald's, nigga. You know that feel? That's what this verse is saying. Like his son, Hakeem, the Prince of Zamunda, the one that can't walk without flowers on the effing ground. He take a bath and there's two people bathing him. He's never had to ask or want for nothing, staying in the projects with rats and roaches. Is this Hakeem, the Prince of Zamunda, sweeping floors at McDonald's? What is going on? The world is upside down. It's crazy. This is how the Lord, he set up everything in our position for us to be rulers of this world. And he's coming here and seeing you smoking crack on a strip in East 14. Like when we go give out food, that's how you should feel. When you go and give out food in West Oakland under the freeway, and you see this brother begging for used underwear, that's how you should feel.
Right.
Is this an Israelite begging for canned food? Why? We need to stop this. This is atrocious.
Right.
You see this devil ride by in a Bentley? You should be in that. You should live in the hills. Your family shouldn't worry about anything. You shouldn't have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They should be doing that. That's what this verse is saying. Is Israel a servant? How? What changed? How do we fall to this state? We have been so used to it, we think it's normal. And they think it's normal too. That's the sad part about it. But they have something coming to them. And Barakatah Yahweh shine for the HBK, man.
Right.
Because we see through this. This is just a time period.
Right.
They do not deserve where they're at. And we deserve that. But we're going to get the kingdom out.
That's right.
You don't have to sit and ask for the kingdom and wait for it. We're going to do this work out. Because this is what we deserve, man. I'm tired of this. Captain Yellis, I say that all the time. Like, I'm tired of this captivity. And we got to use that energy to be more tired to do this work. Whatever it takes, whatever we got to do, we got to keep going. Don't let this fire die out, man, because he's going to try to use this slavery to stop you from fighting him. He's going to try to use this money to try to stop you from fighting him. You know what I'm saying? And so this is the precept. Read it one more time. Right?
Right. Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14.
Right.
Is Israel a servant?
Right.
Is he a homeborn slave?
Right.
Why is he spoiled?
Why have you been taking of everything? Why are you in debt to everybody? Why are you getting up? Why are you doing all this work? Because our forefathers lost the way. You know what I mean? There's no other way to say it. We disobey. And when I say our forefathers, I'm talking about us. Because we are them. You know what I mean? But now we're here. And the only way out is going to be as much work as they want to put into keeping you enslaved. Like Esau is diligent. That's one thing about him. He is organized and he is diligent. That's for sure. They run these businesses very well. General Muhammad was talking about that. Like, you want to say the white man is the devil, but he's like, I also like having water. You know what I mean? I like going to the faucet and water come out. Like, I like taking showers. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to do everything that he's doing to make sure that that works? If not, then you better tone it down a little bit before you're ready to really remove him from his position.
Right.
That's that whole, oh, what's going on, my queen? What's going on, black king? Like, you haven't done the work what it takes to become a king. They have. They've put in everything on the line in order to, they've gone to the depths of hell in order to make sure that their people are on charge. So who's going to be that for us? There's somebody sitting in the foxhole in Afghanistan right now, or in Iraq right now, and pissed and, you know what I mean, take a SHIT on themselves and sat in there for freedom. They tell you all the time. It don't make sense to us because we like, nigga, they ain't getting us free. But for their people, yeah, they free. They really are about that. They will do whatever it takes for their people to be free. Right. What are we willing to do? What's our excuses that we make for ourselves? You know what I mean? It's important. Now. This work is important. We're going to have to do it. And we fight differently. So we may not have to go out guns blazing like they're doing, but our work is spiritual.
Right.
And this is just the same thing. Our bullets hit way harder. And the first and most important thing, and what is that? It is you sold UPK in one way. What's the most important thing that we can use?
That's like the fall of laws and the commandments.
That's part of it, but what is that? What is the essence of that? We're going to have
patience.
It comes from this. Patience gonna come from it, but the first and foremost thing, think one West. We're gonna have to have
courage.
One West.
I'm not sure, sir. Slovakia.
Give you one more shot. In order for this whole thing to work, like our most powerful thing to hurt them with, saying it a different way. Let's see if any brother want to type it in the chat. The most powerful thing to hurt them with is what? If it's not physical, it's not carnal.
As long as it's not called laws.
That's it, but it's another way of I'm looking for the foundation. Like you are going to war. Like I said, they're willing to sit in the foxhole for whatever days and weeks and months to kill their enemies off. And what are they killing them with? That may give it to you. What is Esau killing his enemies with?
Carnal weapons.
Okay, there you go.
And
You got the answer.
Spiritual weapons.
Yep. Okay. And what is that weapon? The answer right there. I just gave it to you.
Slovakia, sir. I'm Slovakia, sir.
I'm gonna let you say. I'm not gonna give it to you this time. It's One West. That's all we say. You got half of the equation. Man. Slow down. Let me let you think.
Slovakia, sir.
Order to harm them and hurt them.
Oh, Slovakia, sir. We have to help ourselves.
You dancing around it. It's the One West is all we say. You said half of the equation. So it's something we say, and you said it already. So half of it's there. I know you got it. What is going to kill them all?
Slovakia, sir. I think I'm just too low on sleep right
now. Okay, fine. Okay, I get the water for that. All right. Yeah, well, I don't want to go on brotherhood.
Oh, most times kind of.
Brotherhood is a weapon.
Brotherhood. Oh.
That's why I know you got it. You halfway there. But like you said, it's been a long day, so I'm gonna show mercy on that. Most High Christ. We all in here like brotherhood is a weapon. That's what hurts them. Like we could get guns and go shoot a couple of them. It's not gonna hurt them. For real. Seriously. We tried it. The Panthers.
Right.
Nat Turner. Louis Tour. How you say his name? Toussaint Louverture. We tried it. You're gonna kill him. Okay. And what?
Right.
Didn't do anything. They are masters at weapons. That's what they do. They're a cunning hunter. You want to play weapons game with them, they're gonna beat you every time. They developed a nuclear bomb out. We're not gonna beat them at that game. Can beat them at is loving each other.
Right.
They don't know how to do that. It's not in their DNA. Something they can't comprehend. They don't understand how that's more powerful than what they're doing. And so we figure that out, and it starts from the basic level from here. How we treat each other, how the things that we do here. Then we spread that out. It destroys them. True. It sounds crazy.
Wow.
Somebody outside in the world sounds crazy. You know what I mean? We have been made fools for Christ. That's in the Bible. So go ahead. Let's drop that. Let's go to where you at? 147, Psalm 147, 19. It's very important. Brotherhood is so important. It's not even funny how important it is, how dangerous it is, because them having niggas live under the freeway, if we were really able to solve that problem, like the people on the freeway serve a purpose for a little kid in the ghetto. Like, if you grow up and you see people living on the freeway and they all look like you, if you walk through the Tenderloins, everybody's smoking dope and shooting up, looks like you. You know what that does to your subconscious and your self-esteem as a person? And then when you get in a room full of Edomites and everyone's rich and you go to their neighborhoods and everything's clean and everything is nice, you develop a complex. They talk about Napoleon complex. Like our race of people, we have a complex. This is why niggas buy jewelry and buy these cars, and the first time they get money, they do all this because you have an inferiority complex. Because everything that's great in this world is white, and everything that's bad in this world is black. And so you get around them, you're going to naturally want to follow them because you feel that this is right. And you want to get away from your people because you feel like this is wrong. But if you fix that problem and your kid don't see nobody underneath that freeway, he don't see a neighborhood that looks like that, then his confidence is going to grow, and his self-esteem is going to grow. And then he is going to have what it takes to be in charge.
Right.
And then their power is going to go away by you having brotherhood for these people. You see what I mean? It's very dangerous. It's worse than atomic bomb. Matter of fact, give me that precept. So lock it. Nah, that's in Ecclesiastes. This is the one I like. I believe it's Ecclesiastes 9 and 18. So like I know jump around. And I know we're getting towards 8:15. I'm not gonna hold it past 8:30. Give me Ecclesiastes 9 and 18. I believe that's what I want.
Ecclesiastes.
Or 17. Hold on. Let's see. 9. 18. Is that what I want? Yep.
18?
9 and 18.
9 and 18.
Right.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
What?
Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
The Bible said it, not me. We say brotherhood is a weapon, but we learned it from the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Like, wisdom is better than a nuclear bomb. You have the codes and the press the red button that nobody's supposed to do. You drop that in Hiroshima and you killed all these people. You start loving Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and these people will be like, why? This is why the FBI investigating how she began. You understand? They're not investigating the next what was the dude that stole all that money? Madoff, Bernie Madoff. They ain't investigating him. They're not investigating the next, Enron or all these big Wall Street cats and these Mark Zuckerberg. They're not really trying to stop him. Why are they watching this little? Do you see the room we at? There's two of us in this little shotgun room. The hell they want with us? Because this is dangerous. Caring for you. That's dangerous to them. It's crazy. It's crazy. Right. It doesn't make any sense, but to them, they know it makes a lot of effing sense. If you love this person, it hurts them. They put $1 billion industry into rap music to make me hate you. Right. For real. For you to hate your woman. For her to hate you. For your children to hate you and you to hate them. For you to hate your father and hate your mother. For you to not get along with your brother and your sister. It gives them power. That's my pleasure. Remember that from Friday?
Yep.
He's all day. My foot up a dog's ass. That gives me pleasure. You fighting your family gives them pleasure. You loving each other, it hurts like the sun to a vampire. That's the key. The wisdom is like greater than a weapon. It's the Bible. Read that again from the top when you got a second.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Right.
But one sinner destroyeth much good.
We got to be on watch. You see all things that's going on, man. We got to shut it down.
Right.
One sinner can throw off a lot. And so we can't allow those things to grow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You take this to counsel. Get the answer on that. Figure what that means. It's important, man. Keep this thing clean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no room for that unbrotherly. You know what I'm saying? Our job is to fish. I had some stuff on that. Like, our job is to fish brothers into the school and show brotherhood. Now, watching the class with Captain Yadazak and some of these notes right here. Give me Matthew 5 and 13. I'm deviating, but it's still on topic. Like, how do you fish people into the school? Like, someone's favorite food, your favorite food might be fish, mine might be steak, this person might be chicken. It's different people, different ways of looking at things. You're gonna have to use a different bait to bring different people into the school. Someone may be more of a visual learner. Some of them may be more of an intellectual. Some of them may be more of a, like fighting, carnal. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they learn from. You're going to have to use different things to bring different people into the school, right? Okay. And it's saying that the best way to fish people into the school is to be the example. Like, if you were to make, this is a question I asked for you. If you could imagine the perfect brother to come into the UPK, what would that look like? Give me some attributes of this brother right here.
Oh, so
perfect.
Reliable.
Reliable. Okay. What does that mean?
It means he's gonna be there when he's needed.
Okay.
Every time.
Okay.
So I can serve reliability and zeal, I believe. I think those are the.
What's your name, Enoch?
Ready.
That's why. That's all you can see. He's like, that's me. It's reliable at the ready. That's the brother's spirit. He can't even think of no other attributes of a good brother. Most High in Christ. So get that brother here back. That's him. You know what I mean? My nigga. But something else, man. What would a brother do? Like, think of some of the great men in the school. What do they do? Like, what are some good attributes of a solid, perfect brother, from knowing the Bible to knowing the men in the school? What would that look like?
So like, sir, I think I'm having trouble answering the question because when I think reliability, I just think of all of those things.
Right, but what does that come with? More of those things. Like I said, we want to be specific. Like, some great brothers in the school, man. Captain Zariak, you know what I mean? What's some good attributes about him? He's reliable. I'll get it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, hard working, right? Willing to sacrifice. You know what I mean? Somebody that is trustworthy, loyal. You know what I mean? Somebody that has care for other people, patience, kind. You see what I mean? Humble. These are attributes of somebody that is an excellent brother, right? Knowledgeable. What are some other things? General Hyman, available, forgiving. You see what I'm saying? People that don't hold on to things. All these attributes of what a great brother would be. You get that? You understand this list of what a great brother would be, and you become that.
Okay.
That's how you lead men. You have to be the change in the world that you want to see. You can't come and have some brother come into the class and you got black and mild in here talking about, nigga, you need to stop smoking. You got to be the change in the world that you want to see. See what I'm saying? That's the Christian church, though. Yeah, it doesn't make it sound crazy to you, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay. I guess so. It's the truth. Now, you know where I got this from? The class is called the mirror. You know what I mean? That's what Captain Yadazak is like. That's what's important. Is we have to examine ourselves. That's a precept at all times. And see, are you being who you want to see? Because a lot of times, the way he was explaining, like, where you fishing brothers in, you want brothers to come into the school, you got to be approachable. You can't send a brother that's not approachable to bring brothers into the school. He said, don't, if the Shamar cat over here, he mugging him and he grilling him and he, you know what I mean? Like, that's not going to bring him in. It's just going to be a school that just me and you in here. You see what I'm saying? As we said, it's going to be the same, me and her and him. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, in order for this thing to go, he said, send the approachable brother to approach the brothers. Or either you're going to have to become an approachable brother to go deal with these brothers to bring them in. Well, you can't be treating them like that. Oh, that brother smell like weed. He coming to the class smelling like weed. Yeah, he had to get high to come up in here, to get cut, to start getting high. You ain't going to be the new Sadducees and Pharisees. Become a new Christian church where we is turning away people that doing the things that we once did before.
Right.
How dare you? You know what I'm saying? Who the hell do we think we are? He's doing these things and he used to do the things. You ask Lord for forgiveness. You ain't got no mercy for him. He got 1 week to get in order and Shema and Kana Makan and shut the hell up and sit down. Nah, life don't work that way. The Lord didn't work with you that way. Don't do that, brother, that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, have some mercy like you had some mercy. And that's the way these things work, right? So go ahead and bring it, Matthew 5:13.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
Right.
But if the salt have lost its savor,
right,
wherewith shall it be salted?
Right. Like, if you got some salt, look at these. Who is this? Mobile semi truck. I don't know who that is, but they about to get blocked. I don't even trust these people. Anyway, long story short, right? If you got some salt, it may look like sugar. If the salt don't have the flavor of salt, it's useless to you. If it got the same flavor of cayenne pepper or the same flavor of something else, that's not what you need the salt for.
Right.
All right, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our flavor comes from following the laws, statutes, and commandments. If we lose that, then we don't have our purpose.
Right.
And so if we don't have brotherhood, which is the key of the law, statutes, and commandments, if someone comes into the school and this brother is like, we have a class, everybody quiet and we calm, we all listening together, and then after class, you over here in the corner, I don't like that brother, the way he's doing this, the way he's doing that. They're going to look like, man, this is the same as a Christian church. Well, would I even come in to give up my life to be a part of this? Doesn't make any effing sense. And so if you are letting your unsavoriness, like you're not really being the salt you're supposed to be, and you lose him, you better do everything to get him back. You know what I'm saying? Like, read it, keep going.
But if the salt hath lost its savor,
right,
wherewith shall it be salted?
Right.
It is thenceforth good for nothing,
right,
but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 14.
Right.
Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Right. We're supposed to be the light. You put your light underneath and don't shine it for people to see, then, man, Cap said something heavy. I ain't even, man. He said, when you hide your light, right, the way the people in the world see Christ is with you.
Damn,
the way they see Christ is you, the brothers in the truth. That's how they meet Christ. Is how you are, how you carry yourself, how you treat people, how you talk to people, the things you do. That's how they meet Christ. And so if you don't have the flavor, you don't have the salt, or you don't have the works, faith without works is dead. So you are letting Christ die. You're not keeping him alive. You know, that's how we live all the time. We understand that culture so easily. Because in our hoods, in our neighborhoods, we lose niggas all the time. And they say, we're going to keep his name, what? Alive. By what? Talking about him, listening to his music, going to do the memorial, and everybody get drunk and drink his favorite drink. And we all going to pop a pill for Mac Dre. We all going to post some syrup from the jacket. And we're going to go to his place where he got killed. We're going to have a party here. Like, you keeping his name alive by acting like him. Right or wrong? Everybody grew dreads after Mac Dre died. Why? Because Mac Dre had dreads. Everybody started popping pills. Why? Because Mac Dre popped pills. Everybody started going dumb and hanging out the whip because Mac Dre was doing it. You was keeping him alive. Well, how are we going to keep Christ alive? Doing the works that he did. Acting like him. If you don't do the works, faith without works is dead. If you're not doing the work, then Christ is dead. If you doing the works and he lived, he is risen. He lives through us. That's what it is, man. So this is very important now. You know what I mean? So last thing, let's go. We're gonna go through songs. 8:30. We're not gonna go past too much, a little bit longer. So let's go through what we're gonna finish the precepts for. The Lord is a racist, and this all ties in because this mission that we have is very important. And once we know how important our people are to the Lord, how dare we not make them important to us? Like the Most High God, he sees that person on the street for who they are. You put the glasses on, you take them off. Like they had a movie about that. They had like aliens or something that was, you know what I'm talking about?
Just watched it like in the last 2 weeks.
Damn. So what was the concept of the movie? You explain it real quick, and I'm gonna use it to break down this.
So
right.
The main character was able to have these glasses to be able to see the aliens that were around him.
Right.
And it was pretty much like their true face.
Right.
Whenever he wore them, he would treat them the way that he meant to treat them. Like he put on the glasses in the store.
Right.
And he saw this woman who was just like, oh, I see what you really are. He was like, you was ugly. Like he just called her like the worst thing he could think of pretty much to treat her as she really was. Damn.
So now, let's apply that to the truth and to our people. So you go and you in the tenderloins and you take the glasses off and you see a crackhead, you see a meth addict, a fentanyl addict, and you see a dirty whore. And you put the glasses on and you see a daughter of Zion with her head wrapped. Okay. You understand her speaking correctly and her teeth are fixed and her carrying herself like royalty.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? This is how Christ walked around. He seen this brother over here that's a drug dealer and a murderer, but the spirit of this brother is supposed to be a teacher, a father, a brother, someone that is uplifting his people. He's seen that in him. And then when you take them glasses off and you see that white man riding in that car in that suit, and you see him as that mayor and that governor and that police officer, and you put that glasses on and you see that real demon. You see that real devil. You see that real hatred, that vile, disgusting murderer, child molesting bastard that he is.
Right.
You see that. That's what Christ wanted us to see. Like, this is the real world. Like the other thing they're doing is the fake world. But you got to put them glasses on and see through these things and see what's really going on. So that brotherhood, it'll allow you to have it through that. Is you take them off and you see, God damn, I'm about to punch this broad in her mouth. And you put them on, you're all right.
Right.
This is a daughter of Zion. This is who she really is. All that other stuff is Esau in her, using her, Satan using her to destroy me, but it's really not even her. The real her is an innocent little child that's been fucking abused by this society and her family, and this is why she acts this way.
Right.
This brother over here that's trying to, all I did was cut him off, and he's ready to kill me on the freeway. Nah, brother, I'm sorry. You know, you got it, man. I'm about to go there with you about this, about who cut who off on the freeway. We about to die over that because I bumped you in the club or something in the shoe. You put these glasses on and see who this nigga really is.
Right.
Okay, I know who you are. You don't even know. I see who you are. I'm going to treat you accordingly. No sweat. What's line cross? Good. You good, brother. Have a good day, brother. And him over here, the one is all okay. Yeah, I don't trust you, devils. I know who you really are. You know what I mean? That's what this is about. Go ahead. Psalm 147.
Con. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 147,
Right.
verse 19.
Right.
He showeth his word unto Jacob,
Damn right.
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right.
20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Right.
And as for his judgments,
Right.
they have not known them.
Right. Like the Lord sees value in the nigga underneath the freeway, then who am I not to? The Lord hates Esau. Who am I not to? It's offensive for me to give all my love to the people that he hates and to hate the people that he loves. It's crazy. Once you learn what this really means, then you can see everyone for who they are. Because the image ain't adding up. In the movie, the aliens look like everyone else. They dress like everyone else, talk like everyone else, but they were really there to kill everyone else. Until you can open your eyes and see. And that's why you say, he that have an ear, let him hear. Your eyes have been blind and shut to seeing the truth, but now they have been opened because you have been chosen. That's why you should be in charge, right? These statutes and these judgments were given to us because we should be the one in rulership, all right? We were put into a better spot. It's a glorious thing, man. That's why they say it's just a glorious thing that they have not known these punishments. It's a glorious thing for us to be reprimanded for going against his laws because he's showing that he really cares about us. They can do whatever they want to because he doesn't care. We can't do what we want to because he does. It's a good father. Go to the next precept.
Con. It was Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
Yep. We get to the end of this, right?
Con. I believe the last one is Amos.
Yeah, 3 and 1. Yeah.
Con.
All right.
Con. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, and verse 13.
Right.
As it is written,
right.
Jacob have I loved,
right.
but Esau have I hated.
Damn right. The Lord said, Jacob he is loved, Esau he is hated. There is hate in the Bible. There is a certain group of people the Lord favors, there's a certain group of people he doesn't. And for you to teach something that is opposite of that is what? Let me see. I ain't gonna hold you. I know the brother said he ain't had a lot of rest, but then I'm gonna try you one more time.
It's Antichrist.
Oh, I like that one. There's another word for that. It's for you to teach. The Bible just said that the Lord loves a nation of people. He hates a nation of people. For you to teach the opposite of that the Lord loves everyone, is what? It's evil. It's evil to teach that. It's evil and wicked and disgusting to teach that God loves everybody. The Lord is a racist. Anything outside of that is evil.
Right.
And you know how it's evil? Now that's when you're gonna shock. How do you know it's evil?
Because it's going against what the word says.
What is the evidence? They say ye shall know by the fruits. How do you know it's evil to teach God loves everybody?
Because everybody's different.
Nah, what is the evidence? What is the proof that teaching God loves everyone is evil? East Oakland, Harlem, Chicago, the South Side, the Bronx, Miami, Dade County, New Orleans, Jalisco, Mexico,
right.
Brazil, Jamaica. The evidence of God loving everybody and they telling us our people and how our community is evidence that this is evil as hell. Because all we do is shoot and kill each other and rape and rob and murder. And we live like animals in our ghettos and our communities by believing God loves everybody. Following the Christian church has made us to live in hell on earth. If we taught that God doesn't love everybody, we would have the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
It's evil to teach that. But they tell us we're evil for teaching that. They say we're a hate group for teaching that. It's crazy. That's how he works. He's good with his words. He's good with deceiving people. So it sounds good to say God loves everybody, but the reality is you live in hell.
Right.
And it sounds bad to say God doesn't love everyone, but you would be in the kingdom of heaven. That's the evidence is in our reality that it's an evil thing to teach. Right? All right, we'll go to Amos after that. Did I finish that? Is that everything on 9? Jacob, have I love Esau invaded?
So like 14.
Let's go ahead.
Verse 14. What shall we say then?
Right.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
Like even that. You see? It was still on. He had to quell people's minds then.
Right.
The same way we're talking about like virtuous women, like even then they're like, that's kind of harsh. The natural element of us, we're such a caring people. It's like, damn, he hated Esau from birth. Something can't be y'all in the cult. Paul, you teaching evil. You going, I know it said it in the Bible, but maybe it was a different understanding breakdown. That was just Esau only. Can't be all of them. Can't be all the children. He's like, nah, what we gonna say? That there is evil with God? Because he said this? God forbid. How are we gonna tell the Lord who he can love and who he can hate?
Right.
The proof is in the pudding. It was a thing, and it was I forgot the breakdown. Like I said, I'm trying to say it was like some Edomite woman. She typed a whole article about how she felt bad that her black friend could go in the sun and not get sunburned, and how unfair it was. Right, that's what it was. Like how unfair it was that her black friends could not age the same way she does. And it's like, I remember watching a little interview about the Mormon church. And they were interviewing the Mormon church, and they asked the Mormon, like, hey, in the Mormon Bible, it says that black people, their skin turned black because they sinned and they became evil. And it says that sounds racist to me. And the dude in the interview, he was like, yeah, I didn't write it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say that I'm racist because I'm reading it. That's what the book says. You know what I'm saying? Don't put that on me. He said, you just said what it says. So that's what it is. You said this book is sexist because it's saying men should be over women. I didn't make the book. This is what it says. I just follow it.
Right.
It's the same thing. You're saying the world is not fair because black people can go in the sun and we age better than you. The Lord made it that way. It's not fair. It was never made to be fair, or else we would all be equal. We're not equal. So who are you mad at? Take that up with God. That's what he basically was telling the lady. Like, don't tell me the book is racist and it's my fault. Take that up with whoever wrote it, or take it up with God, basically. And that's what we're saying. Like, the reality is these people don't have the same things we have, and the only person you could say is wrong for making it that way is God. That's why they can't stand in the sun, right? So, read verse 14 again.
Verse 14. What shall we say then?
Right.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
Right.
God forbid.
Exactly. How dare you say that? Because, yeah, I can jump out the roof and you can't. The Lord gave me the strength to do that. He gave me the muscle fibers to do that. God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Is anything keep going? Let's see, verse 15.
Verse 15. Mm-hmm. For he saith to Moses,
right,
I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
When you at camp, you're going to put that emphasis on I will have mercy on who I will have mercy, right? Like, he is declaring his power. Like, who you going to tell me what to do? Like a father again, like kids trying to tell you something. I said to sit your ass down. Well, somebody told me, the teacher said I could. You can't wear. I said you can't wear that. That's what I said. Not I don't give a damn what nobody else said. The pastor said the God love everybody, and this is Creflo, and I said it. Run, tell that to them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear it. God forbid, you know what I mean, that you're going to teach something else other than this. All right, drop that. Let's go to Amos 3 and we'll close out. Try to get it at 8:30, but we at 8:45. Sharp cut off at 8:45. Right. He said because the Most High didn't teach that. Right. Answer Rob. Everything that's black is supposed to be evil, right? Damn right, sis. Go ahead.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1.
Right.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you,
Right.
O children of Israel,
Right.
against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt,
Right.
saying,
Uh-huh.
you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Damn.
Verse 3. Can two walk together?
Let's stop right there. It's just the Lord said, out of all the families of the earth, we're the only one that He's known. He hasn't had a personal relationship. They talk about having a personal relationship with God. He hasn't. He's not even putting his mind and energy into them. And it's so glorious because it's like I said, once again, you grow up in this society, it sounds evil and it sounds wrong. But how else could you run the world? Like, how could you run the animal kingdom if you don't put the lions at the top? If everybody had a vote, if the gazelle could run as fast as the lion run as fast as the gazelle, like, how are you going to organize this earth?
Right.
Without predators and prey, how are you going to make things work? There has to be a balance. There has to be some people that lead. There has to be some people that follow. He has all of the separation from every level. It's the power. How do you say it? It's the power of one in a lot of ways. So if there's one God, right? In order for him to organize things, there has to be another one. I'll let you write that down. I'm gonna break this down. We're gonna get up out of here.
Love it, sir.
You have no sweat.
Come.
If there's one God, there has to be another one. Who's another one?
It's like, sir, the one who listens to him.
Right. Who is that?
It's like that's would that be us?
Nah.
Or his angels?
What's the order?
Oh, Slakia, Christ.
There you go. So there's one God. Ain't two gods. There's two gods. It'd be two ways to find the Lord. You can go this way, you can go that way. It's confusing. It's one God. He lowered his power and gave it to one man, his son. You see what I'm saying? Yahweh. Now, out of that one son, he's working with one people. You see what I'm saying? Like, he has one set of laws to rule these people, and his people are the Israelites.
Right.
Then out of the Israelites, he had to separate one group of leadership. It's the men of the truth, the priests and prophets. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Out of the priests and prophets is one leader. It's commanded to Rihanna. You see what I'm saying? And out of that one group of people, you got the men. He separated it. Who's going to be the leaders of the school? It's going to be all the men. See what I'm saying? And out of that group, it's going to be the men over the women. Then the children. You see what I'm saying? Then you go to the next level. This whole one group of the UPK leads the whole one group of Israel. They're one. And the whole group of Israel is going to lead the entire world.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? One keeps passing it down to one, keep passing it down to one, keep passing it down. It's a hierarchy. It has to be in order for this thing to work. And that's because we have one God. So you only have I dealt with out of all the nations. It has to keep being a separation in order for this thing to work and have actual power. Because if you keep making things equal, if you got two sons, and then it's confusion at that level. So he's not going to do that. It's going to be one Lord. It's going to be one Christ. One Christ. Okay, then it's going to be one truth. You have to follow this book, and you have to teach it right. And then you have the keys to this book to teach it to other people. We're going to put you in charge. It's commanded to Rihanna. Then after that, then we're going to have the school. It's only one school. It ain't two schools. It ain't three schools. It ain't ISUPK, IUIC, and then this and that and that. No, it's one school where everybody can come to learn. And then out of that one school, it's one nation. You can't be African. You can't be this and that. Like, it's all makes perfect sense because we have one God.
Right.
And so that's the order. And that's what that verse is saying too. Like, out of all the people on earth, we have been chosen. We've been separated. He keeps standing on that. We're the only ones that get punished. I don't go over to IUIC and say, hey, why you ain't check in? Why you ain't turn this and why you ain't do that? That's not it. You gotta, this brother right here, you gotta do that. This brother here, you got to do that. This is where it's all coming from. You see what I mean? In order for us to do that. So we can say one body. All right. With that, we're gonna close out the class. So Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, a thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahweh, thumb about Shem Yahshua to all the sisters. All right.